Salut, bonjour, bonsoir, coucou. Comment ça va? Bienvenue sur mon channel to my channel, pardon. This is Sunset and Spirits. I am excited to give you a forecast of the next 24 hours, of course. Everyone, I please must ask you to give this video a thumbs up, leave a kind comment below, hit your notifications and your post notification button, and please share the video. So we're going to begin with a couple of quick announcements. Of course, I want to say thank you to everyone that signed up for the June classes, as I'm super excited because we're actually going to go really in on, if you don't mind, really going in on our holy waters and our May rain. So even going even deeper on how to utilize these in different spell works surrounding banishing, etc. And then also, of course, the love and home work. So that's going to be a whole thing. I'm super excited about this. And then I also want to remind everybody, if you are in fact already a part of the coven, great. If you're not, you better join, because tomorrow you won't see me here, but you will see me in there. So, that's just that you can't see that well. I should have revised this. But yeah, so join the virtual coven. The link is below. It says join. You have subscribe, which subscribe to the channel, and then join allows you to either subscribe to the coven or the Spellcast podcast. I would suggest go ahead and do the Spellcast podcast because that's gonna be next. So again, there'll be days where you'll see me here, but then days you can only find me in the coven, where it won't necessarily be about the readings, but it's about spell work. It's about how can we get the results? How can we get solutions? How can we find the problem? Those kind of things will in fact be discussed in those classes, in those spaces. And of course, as I mentioned to you, I'm going to be giving free mediumship readings. Okay. Free mediumship readings, which I'm super excited about providing for the culture. And, I know one of the things we'll be doing mediumship readings. Also, too, we're going to start doing, like, monthly, or I don't know if they're monthly, but we'll do periodic bone readings just because there's so many different divination systems, from playing cards to now actual hoodoo tarot, and then your bone readings. There's other forms of divination that I'm super excited to get into. But so what you'll recognize is I will actually create a link. I'll post a link in our in our secret coven. And once you see that link, you click on that and you'll join me live. And the reason why I do it that way is so that you guys can come on live with me and we can have discussions and dialogues about different situations and whatever. So that's going to be tons of fun. All right. And also too, the great thing about the coven is everything is replayable. Everything is replayable, so you won't have to be concerned about missing. The next thing is open enrollment for the Conjure South Hoodoo Institute of Traditional African American Conjure Work and Divination. I would love it if I have some of my alumni students come on live with this so we can just talk about the experience, also the up and coming graduates, so we can talk about their experience as well. Enrollment ends, or open enrollment closes on July 19th. I was expressing to the the institute the other day, just all the things they're about to get for their last box, and even just in the Hoodoo Tarot Did I Leave masterclass. No, Emily, you're gonna be receiving a bone set. You don't have to, it comes with it. So you're gonna be receiving a bone set already, Emily. So there's that. Tonight is the last night of the masterclass of the Hoodoo Tarot de la Livre. I'm super excited to really hand this off and allow these individuals to really be, in the lead of truly understanding these spirits, and I do hope and think that through the masterclass, it has provided that already, um, in a clearer understanding, and then tonight is a heavy, heavy night because we're getting into the casting, really understanding casting the cards, the positions, or as some people like to call them, spreads, but that's not what we do. Um, I'm so happy that you've enjoyed it. But because I do have a master class to attend to and making sure that I am ready and prepared and all of that jazz, let us go right ahead on and get right into our sunset spiritual readings. That being said, where are my air signs? Air signs, where are you? Oh, thank you, Emily. Merci. All right, air sign. Baby, that procrastination will get you every time, Shabby Rocks, every time. And you know, right now, I promise you all, please listen to this message. And I need for y'all to listen. Don't just hear me out, but listen to me. Listen well. Right now, all the things that are happening, all the things that you're seeing that are falling apart, breaking down. These are not things that just broke down today. These things have been breaking and you didn't address them. So right now, the lesson for us to learn is go ahead, make a decision. Go ahead, move forward. That waiting game is over. That waiting game is over. And I was talking to Eliza, Madam Eliza, yesterday, and even this morning, and just saying how beautiful it is because it's really to me, as I'm seeing how it's going down, it's forcing us to grow up. It's forcing us to mature. If you are aware, it forces you to mature. If you're not aware, then you will make the decisions that will cause you to move backwards. But that's not my problem. Next question. So, air signs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The roots worker. And what I love about this is like because of the master class, I now know that many of you are already are going to be able to like know what the deal is, right? Merci, thank you. Reach and smart to breathe. So this card is saying, air signs, you have the resources and skill sets to make the changes that need to be made. You must make them. Point blank, period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have the ability, you have the capability, you have the resources. Even when you're looking at your particular situation and you're going, how can I? Not how can it's not a thing of I need more or this has to be this way. No, take the steps you can take with the tools that you have, and that will get you where you're supposed to be. OK? D'accord? Est-ce que vous comprenez? Est-ce que vous comprenez? Pardon-moi. Est-ce que tu prends? Tu comprends? Pardon? So, it is important that you recognize what you have so that you can make particular things happen. D'accord? Voilà. Moving right along. Water sign. Water sign, where are you? Super, Amanda, super. Water signs, Scorpios, Pisces, Cancers, where are you? All right, Stephanie. Et félicitations. You know what I'm talking about. I got your email. We're going to have another big testimony from Stephanie. I'm telling y'all, if y'all only when y'all start hearing about these testimonies, I want y'all to understand, y'all not hearing people go, "Oh, Queen, um, you know, let me win $500 from the lottery," or it's not, "Oh, well, I felt this person looking at me, and so Queen did the work, and now my haters are having bad luck." Y'all, when it comes to the work that I do for people, I'm changing lives, I'm creating life and other things. But it's so important to, understand that if they only knew, baby, she says, because, like, literally, I'm not doing this, "Oh, queen, help me see, the vibrations and all." Nuh-uh. No, baby. We are changing, elevating, evolving, growing lives here. So water signs, the king of Spain. The king of Spain communicates. I can't wait for you to share, Stephanie. The king of Spain communicates to my water signs that I'm gonna have to give it to you in multiple fashions, okay? First thing, do not become emotionally disconnected and uninvested in things moving forward. Do not become uninvested, because if you become uninvested, you're going to, or if it seems that way, then whatever decisions and things need to be made will be made without you. 1. 2, if you recognize a person, space, entity that seems uninvested, do not invest in them. Do not put your energy to invest in them. All right? You may wanna come back around at a later date, and maybe they have matured or that emotional intellect is there, but at if you see where that involvement is not present, that emotional intellect is not, mature enough, and you have not and you're not being recognized, don't invest in it. Don't invest in them. Don't invest in those things. If you see a disconnection, do not invest, period. D'accord? Tu comprends? Super. Et voilà, ensuite, nous avons pour fire signs. Fire signs, where are you? Fire signs, where are you? Okay, new one. Gigodis, Semillon, Jessica, just want to. Okay. Fire signs, we get the lone wolf reverse C. Le loup solitaire reverse C. This card tells us that we may find ourselves in a position or space alone. This is a position where we may have to find ourselves to operate independently. There may be a space where we feel that we are lonely. So my question to the fire signs is, are you alone and lonely, or do you feel alone? Because what you feel may not be true. What we feel may not be true. So the thing is, we have to be able to recognize that we are alone. If we are alone, then we have to make particular decisions alone, point blank, period. Certain things have to be made, certain decisions have to be made, certain moves have to be made, certain um, um, actions have to be taken. And these are some things that you may have to do alone. And if that's the case, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. And it's interesting just because when I do go back and I do the collective part, and I'm thinking just like, here's this water sign about, are you investing or not to invest? And then here's this next card that's saying, all right, so if the investment is not there, then you're working alone. Immediately it goes, okay, it's already adding up. If you see how the story is being created. So, and I want to communicate this to everybody, and it's so important to listen to this, please. Écoutez s'il vous plaît, merci. There are projects in your life. There are goals that you have. There are things you aspire to be and things you aspire to do. There are businesses that you want to create, and there are things that you want to experience that feeds your spirit, your heart, your all. That's your journey, your gift, your child, your goal. Whatever that thing is the infant of that thing. Somebody can be supportive without supporting. They may not understand what is needed and the moving parts to do what needs to be done. So it's not that they don't want certain things for you, they don't have the capacity to assist you. That does not mean they're not being supported. Some people want for you and cheer you on and hope the best for you, but cannot and will not have the capacity to do the things to help you get there. So do not confuse a person's inability to do. You want them to be right there on you. You want them to be side by side with you. You want them to travel the road with you. How do they travel the road? They ain't got legs or wheels to be pushed. Okay? So this is super important to understand that that's not what it's gonna be always. And so, yes, please make sure you are liking the video. Thank you so very much, She. I really appreciate you. So just make sure that you're truly understanding that this journey, this movement, this next step, this next elevation may not be that they are not there with you. So you may not be alone, but you may not there's you should not feel lonely because you're not alone. And because you're not seeing them cheering you out the way that you feel, because they don't understand how important the things are to you to cheer at all. But it doesn't mean that they're hating on you or they don't want the best for you. So just be aware of that. And where are my earth signs? Earth signs, where are you? Where are my earth signs? As my earth signs are coming in, I want to remind everybody that there is open enrollment for the Country South Hoodoo Institute of Traditional African American Culture, Root Work and Divination. We have been going years strong, and people are coming out. and stepping into their spiritual spaces with clarity, with confidence, with trust, with ability, with the freedom to do and move, and that constant encouragement. The encouragement does not stop after the institute. In fact, it really just began. Um, and you have something that most people will never have. And I also just try to communicate to people too, at a certain point, I may not be I may not want to be, live all the time. It may just go strictly to pre-recorded or recorded things. For example, you're missing out if you're missing out on the live experiences if you're not getting if you haven't done either the classes or the institute on its own. So just keep that in mind. I also want to remind you that, the virtual coven, we're jumping off tomorrow night. Click the join button below, and you can join the virtual coven or the Spellcast podcast, which automatically allows you to be a part of the coven. So don't miss out on that. Tomorrow we are going in. We're gonna have a good time, and yeah. So most of you, if you're not in the coven, you won't see me tomorrow. But if you are, you will. Okay. Earth signs. You have the hellhound. The hellhounds communicates that there is anxiety that is present. There is stress that has been created. There is tension that is going to either be present or that's already present that you're going to have to really be able to work through. And this is the issue here with this particular kind of card. How does this seem? You start living once you face fear. The Institute is the best investment I have ever made for myself. No regrets. Thank you so much, Jessica. I appreciate that greatly. I truly, truly do. And what I love about the Institute, so as I get back into the reading though, is how these sub little covens and groups sort of create themselves just because like it's a true community and family. Like and like we are truly a family. Like we are taking care of each other however we can. We're supporting each other inside and outside of our spiritual endeavors. So there's that. But um, when we have the hellhound here, we do speak very strongly to that space of the anxiety and the fears of things. It's a fear. Let me tell y'all one thing about this, and I'm actually going to pull out my doctrine of divination here, just to give you guys some clear text of the hellhounds and really hearing how it speaks to you in the book. And remember that we had some things that we needed to revise, and those things, and through those revisions, we're providing some new things for the people. I'm really excited about tomorrow. I should get an email, or even late tonight, I should get an email about um about the next set of things that are going out. We have done our best um to correct any things that need to be corrected. And after tonight, I will have went through everything and the nuances of the doctrine to make any further upgrades. So my editor is on standby to help to handle that. But pour le chien de le feu, en fait, we speak to heavy anxiety, debilitating fear. I was like, there's a word here that I want to mention. Debilitating, what I needed to look up. So when you do get your doctrine of divination, you see the card, you see these things, and then on the next page, you see how it looks in a reading. But let's talk about debilitating fear. debilitating fear prevents you from moving. Fear has stopped you. So this is that space of and let's talk about anxiety. Anxiety is not something that you that just happens. It is a mental thing first. It's in the mind. It's what the mind is thinking, what is going on, and it creates an environment, a reality. And through that reality in your mind, it may keep you from actually moving and taking the actions that need to be taken. It's that space of unhealthy paranoia, as the book also says. And I always tell people to just sort of think about this thing about the the worry of it all, right? Collectively, collectively, the message communicates. We have the resources and to get done what needs to get done to create whatever changes that need to be made. These changes and things that we have to do, we are gonna meet people that may not be as invested in us or those things. So do not waste your time investing in them. I hear you, ancestors. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Do not waste your energy and time investing in them or it. As you travel on this road, you will have to work alone and figure these things out on a different path in your own particular way, etc. It absolutely is going to be a you thing having to take the action. Why? Because you have the resources to make the changes. Not and those resources may be outsourcing, but there may be one person or one thing that you're looking to that doesn't and can't, okay? Do not allow your fear to keep you from making and taking those actions. You have to move forward, okay? You have to move forward, and this goes back to what I said at the beginning of this reading of the beginning of this, evening. We are being positioned in a space in our lives right now where you have to make the decisions and you gotta do the things. You have to do the things. Either you stand up to them, you level up to them, you absolutely, um um, take on and fulfill those obligations or whatever it is, but right now is a time to really stand on your spiritual, mundane, financial, emotional, physical business, okay? And that's really what this is saying though. But a lot of us will not move because we're afraid to move. And I'm gonna tell you one thing and one thing that I know for certain, if I know nothing else in this world, the only thing that can destroy the best of things is fear. But if fear can stop you, fear can encourage you. So be more afraid of not doing, okay? Be more afraid if I don't do this. I can either be afraid to do it, be more afraid of not to do it, and let that be the fire to move you and guide you. Okay? Alright, everybody. Y'all have a blessed one. It's been a pleasure. I will see some of you all in an hour. I'm going to go and try to find some food real quick. Oh my gosh. Y'all have a blessed one. And that's what Mary Had a Little Lamb. Bye, everybody. Share this video. Share the wisdom.